What if you found the Death Note? I would do nothing because the sheer thought of Rook being anywhere near me would cause me to shit myself to death. Look around for the nearest goth kid who dropped their notebook. Whoever's name is V, caret 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 V, caret. I'm sorry my 1-year-old killed you with his crayons. Does the Death Note accept if, and/or statements? Could write some nice code to sort a lot of things out. Wouldn't you like to know? Weatherboy. I admit to nothing. Nice try. FBI. If I'm doomed to use it, I'd go to the palliative care unit. Get to know the patients. And write the most comforting and painless death for each of them. I'll take a potato chip and eat it. Have sex with Rook. All these answers about Light being dumb and they being much more careful about it while also relishing the power they would have feels like a thing Light himself would say. A lot of world leaders would die. I'm gonna make Kira look like an amateur. Edit. I thought I was the only this messed up. Disturbing to see I'm in good company. I would end up with carpal tunnel so fast. I probably wouldn't write any names in it. But chilling with a Shinigami would be pretty cool, I guess lol. Lots of politicians would go. Likely need a whole new one after a month or two. I'd probably only use it on violent dictators. My wife says if she had it, she would fill it. Both sides of the page. Both sides of the lines. And in the margins. And along the spine. And on the cover. And inside the cover. And she may have some anger issues. Write my name in it so people know it's mine. I would do what Light was doing because there wouldn't be an L to stop me. COVID deaths worldwide are around 6 million. You can change the world using like 10% of that number. Just have to be specific on who's in it. Light was dumb about it. He only targeted the ones who were already caught and going to jail when he should have gone after the ones who were untouchable by the law. Less than person I like greater than shall die of a stroke peacefully in their sleep after 120 years of perfect health. Hack the Death Note into a life note. Yeah, there's part of me who would want to do some shit, but I know I would feel too bad if I did. Since I'm too lazy to do anything, it would sit on a shelf for a long time. I would be totally corrupted by it. I'd start out by killing all the corrupt and evil politicians and billionaires. Setting a date and time for them all to die at the same time. Say the 8th of October at 5:23 p.m. as an example. Though inevitably I'd become petty and start taking out people who wrong me or inconvenience me. Putin dies of shitting too hard. As well as whoever corrupt person replaces him. I create a curse. That whoever takes control of Russia with malicious intent dies of shitting too hard. I'm signing it so people know who to return it to when it gets lost. I'd write Paul Rudd. I'd feel bad about it because he seems to be a great guy. But I think his seeming immortality would interfere with it and cause him and the notebook to both to be obliterated. Sorry, Paul. But no one needs this kind of power. I wouldn't write the other known immortal, Keanu, because I think he might survive and hold a grudge. Some politicians, particularly those who's chosen the path of totalitarianism in fricking 21st century. And a specific one out of my 7 exes. This specific one became a neo-Nazi after our breakup. So by writing her name my soul would feel clean again. Do exactly what Light did. Bye-bye Putin, Kim Jong-un, and all the other shitty leaders. I'd immediately buy the best reverse phone search available. And before you know it, no one gives a shit about your car's extended warranty. CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. Probably burn it. Too much power in there. Plus I don't want creepy MF Rook watching me sleep. I would never use it because of this one particular rule. The human who uses this note can neither go to heaven nor hell. Anime logic limbo is one of the worst fate you can have. Imagine experiencing your existence deteriorate into nothingness forever. Start looking for TVs that fit inside potato chip bags. Honestly, I'd need to do a lot of research before using it at all. There's no take-backs, and killing people in power can be a huge problem for the power vacuums they create. It's totally unknowable. But Iraq under Saddam Hussein wasn't great and a lot of people died. But after the U.S. invasion of Iraq and subsequent killing of Saddam Hussein, the region became far more unstable than it was previously, and thus began a war that the U.S. had no right to start. It wasn't just the US versus Iraq though. Internally Iraq had and still has a lot of peaceful civilians just living their lives. But there's also a lot of extremists who Saddam had kept under control for the most part, killing him and disrupting the region. In my opinion, and from what I've read, contributed to far worse living conditions and much higher loss of life. Wouldn't touch it. I would give it to the quiet kid, just to see what they would do.